I'm pretty sure we like hit 1 million views last night just on my goofy ass live. And just so you know, I don't think my dad's gone crazy. He was born crazy. He's my best friend. It was just the title of an Eminem song. I'm the crazy one. Okay. So I have no problem with my father. He's cool. He's passed away, unfortunately. All right. Now. We're gonna do our skincare because I already did my face. Hi. And we're gonna put some stuff in our hair and our lotion, and then we'll get dressed. And I'm not sure what we'll do. If we'll do a read and go upstairs, or if we'll get to work doing something in the yard. It's kind of a foggy, well, not really foggy day, but it's kind of gray over here. Okay. I did get some tights last night, so I'll wear those for you guys today again, just because we didn't really wear them last night. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and I guess we can pull some cards, see what the cards say. If you guys want a nice gradual tan, you can get the Jergens lotion. It actually works nice. It won't leave any like residue on you either. It'll help to keep you moisturized and just balance it out for somebody who like is darker in some areas and others. You can just add this, and it actually works as a nice tanner. Some of the other ones will make you like oompa loompa orange. Make sure you moisturize every single time you get out of the shower. Your skin is your largest organ, and if you're moisturized, you won't get stretch marks. And you also won't peel. It's true, Hazel. It's true. I like to switch it up. We did the peach one last night, which is fine. So this morning we'll just do this one, a nice little balance out. I like lotions in general. I don't care what kind of lotion it is. It just makes your skin so soft, untouchable, and desirable. What? What, Hazel? What? I messed up the house last night. Uh-oh. All right, for the moment you win in the reverse. Handle your business. Trust. They already know what you did, or you already know what they did. You just see them as a liar. And some of these people are not connected to Jesus like a brother. There's somebody you cannot trust, obviously, clearly here. And they want you to trust them. They may be asking you, trust me, believe me. I'm telling you, I wouldn't do that to you. Bitch, please, bro. It literally, they already know, ho. So that's that. And you're not settling down about it. It says, for the moment, you do not win, bitch. ... So it would, no. You're like, this is not even a fucking moment to moment thing. You're like, you're untrustworthy and you need to get the fuck out of my energy, bro. You could be fighting with a sibling or something. It doesn't just have to be your lover, but it says connect with Jesus like a brother in the reverse. So You're like, we don't connect. You need to get the fuck out of my face. There's somebody's angry right now at somebody. Like heart angry. Like they obviously violated your heart space. Like you're like, bro. Some of you could have like actually went and talked to somebody about something, or they came and talked to you. What they already knew, they see you as a liar. So you had the opportunity. There was already a conversation. This person went around lying. That's even worse. There's a person in this read that is smart as fuck, obviously, and they're well aware of what's going on. And there's literally a deceitful ass fuck person who has had opportunities to be honest, and they're even still going as far as to ask you to believe them. Like literally saying more words about being a deceitful fuck and fucking wanting to be believed. Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. All this did was activate change. For the moment you win, in the reverse is activating, which obviously means that there used to be a time when you let shit go. Not now. It's going to be different. They activated a different side of you that they've never seen before. Handle your business with somebody with green eyes, it says. The color of their shirt may stand out. Somebody with green eyes. See, trust and be honest. So that's good. Somebody's trying to gang up on you. We have Aryan Brotherhood here. And so it's right underneath. They already knew. They see you as a liar. So obviously this is a group of people. But no matter what side you're on, obviously that are either going against you or they see that other people are going against you. But it doesn't look good. Who the fuck wants somebody with Aryan Brotherhood energy coming for them? Either way, it's pretty shit work right there. So just be honest. I don't know. It's a pretty serious fucking issue. Now, I don't like that. Whether they're going to come at you viciously or fucking honestly, just wholeheartedly and aggressively, you're not going to get away from the Aryan Brotherhood if you're a solo. And it's not obviously who's coming for you, but that would be the level of strength that they have persisting against you. Or just the issues, the level of issue that fucking you have with that person. That's pretty deep. Some of you need to tell your kids that you're proud of them. Some of you guys could have gotten in trouble for driving without a license. Pick yourself up. Be brave. Don't dwell on the problem and focus on the solution, it says. And then we have restricted here. So you could have had your license taken, go for a stroll and take a walk with friends, then ride a bike to clear your mind. Also, lime scootering is really fun. I like lime scootering. We were talking about last night going out and getting new things. We put some curtains up when we attempted to, but we did finally get them up. But go do the same thing. Get rid of, if you guys are still like, if your bedroom, I'm seeing my bedroom right now, and so I'm just like feeling like some of you guys, your bedroom may still be set up the same as like an ex-lover or somebody that you're not with anymore, and you need to like rearrange it and have a different space. Appearance. Things are changing for you, for all of us. So you guys want stuff well. Yeah, there's going to be nothing that you can really do about this change. There's no big fight happening. Yeah, not today. Avoid delays, find benefit in others' ideas. Be open-minded, travel, and explore different things. Some of you guys did not get the career change that you were hoping for. But there was a different opportunity. You have turned down in the reverse. But I just don't know that you wanted it. I feel like some of you guys obviously had an opportunity in mind that you were hoping for. Somebody could have weaseled your way out of it. Like they could have told you if you did more work or something, you could have this opportunity. Maybe you were going to get a raise. Because I actually do see, ironically, the number 20,000 here. And one of my fans on here actually texted me and straight up told me they lost 20 grand, literally in work funds. So that's weird that that's laying there. You guys could have also taken about a $20,000 cat. And if you're a man, that shit really bothers you. I mean, you guys are so anal about shit. You'll be like, well, I need to drive to the ATM so that I don't have to pay the $2 fee. So you guys are just like that. You'll spend a lot of money on women, but ironically, you try to save all the money that you can on the side. So you guys do calculate numbers. Somebody could be seeing straight up they worked for hard for nothing, because the career change here is in the reverse and turned down is in the reverse. So I'm just getting that vibe of some corporate bitch ass leader being like, well, don't worry, there's other opportunities, Marco. And you're like, that's not what we talked about, literally. And you're like, be honest, bro. Like, that's not what we talked about. I totally feel like you'd already done the work now. The work's been done and you got fucked in the butt. That's what I feel. And you're just kind of sick with it, bro. Like it's actually settling into you. You're getting pissed. And you're actually, for some of you, getting mad a little bit at God. Because you know that you've been working fucking hard. And you're just like, how, bro? How the fuck does this shit keep happening to me? You're like, I do fucking everything I'm supposed to. You're starting to actually get pissed. Like, you're just like, I'm not connecting with none of you like a fucking brother. You're actually, I just feel like somebody like, even like, maybe you like push the door open hard, or something. Like you walked out and left. Maybe you even left early. Like you actually got pissed and maybe walked out on a conversation. You definitely, I agree, got fucked over. You could have found something in the trash, like a document or something. I don't know, I'm looking at that bag over there. But honestly, you're just like, this is crazy. And you don't want the other opportunity for whoever you are. You don't want it. That's not what you wanted. Some of you are going to have to go through a divorce or something, or a separation where you leave your kids in one home or the other. Because I see, tell your kids that you are proud of them. And it's connecting to an energy of somebody who's leaving angrily. So this could be a fight that you've had already with your partner. And you guys are going your separate ways possibly. And it's like when you're doing that, when you're fighting in the moment, you definitely at first need your space. But then as soon as it clears out, it's like you guys want each other back. But it's really maybe happening this time. That's kind of freaky. Yeah, I just feel like both of you kind of know, but we'll see. I don't know that it matters to the one person. It depends on if you're in a workplace or not. Whoever is being sneaky feels like they're going to be fine with their decision as long as everything goes well for them. So you won't see, for some of you, a reaction from this person basically until the plan that they fucked you over fails. So that's just something you can always just have in mind to know. If you're ever looking at a bitch who fucks you over and they seem happy with themselves, they are. And they only get upset when the plan fails for them. That's when you'll hear from them again, unless you've been hearing from them the whole time. If you hear from them the whole time, they were actually using you the whole time, obviously for something, some kind of source. This sounds like, for me, some of you actually, even if you're somebody who uses anybody just for whatever yourself, if they break your trust, you don't want nothing to do with them for real. So that's the difference here. You probably maybe won't hear from this person unless they need you to do a duty. It's going to be when you start to tell them no. And that's what I do see, is that for the moment you went in the reverse. You're not cool with what they're trying to end this, like, you don't agree with it. They're trying to just finish this off, like however the fuck they want it to happen. And you're actually just like not cool with it. And also some of you don't even know if you can do anything about it. And right now your options, you don't really want them, the other ones. So it's okay. Just relax. Think about it for a minute. Don't rush. God and you will talk. That's what needs to happen too. It's saying to flip it around and to connect to Jesus like a brother. And you know why? It's because that's your internal compass. And so if you don't clear your head, you will be pissed. And you'll make a decision you wouldn't make if you had a clear mind. Sometimes it takes years. And I've learned that honestly, I don't feel like there's any fucking thing exactly we should do. Just go with the flow. You need to learn how to relax. You need to learn how to accept that all things tangible come and go. That's the lesson. They're not ours. And they never were. It should help you go through a moment where you think back of any time you told anybody how to live. And actually, you should consider it to pretty much be acting in as a false god, in my opinion, was how I looked at it. It made me realize that I was trying to tell other creations how to be. And God created that already. And since God doesn't need us marching around, demolishing people and making them question who they are, I realized that I wasn't here working for God. God needed to be able to work through me. And so when I drink coffee and I'm here calm, obviously I know he can speak through me. When I'm obviously under the influence of something, he's definitely not speaking through me. And so you just have to be mindful of those things within yourself. You don't have to be or do anything. You know, at the end of the day, doing what other people tell us to do is temporary. And we also know that we've learned this lesson now within ourselves. And so us being obedient to another person when we don't feel good doing it is also temporary. And they may not have learned this lesson, but you have. And that's the thing, is that you're just realizing this shit was never your skeet. And right now, some of you may not have ever looked at it like we were supposed to just enjoy it. And that was said the whole time. God said, this shit's going to come and go, bro. And it's mine. And I'll take it, as needed, as well as yourself. And they say that a tower moment is actually something that God is moving you around because your time there's done. That's why you have to connect with your internal compass. Because the first time that you ever felt like, whoa, dude, this shit's not working for me anymore, your time was done. And we know it was. We've all stayed in relationships longer and the years passed and we didn't get more passionate with the person. There were some good times, but an overall person's character is an overall person's character. They come without a warranty. It's like trying to turn a Ford into a Dodge, okay? And so there's just other ways to look at it. It worked better for me that way. I stopped trying to just make it about myself and actually felt bad. I started to look back and figure out all the ways I had actually degraded my men. And how when you guys respond and we return with a cutthroat comeback, that's easy for a girl to do. And we actually don't realize that honestly within 3 to 5 strikes, we've lost your respect. And I realize that people that stay with women that do that need growth themselves too. And so fighting for either person who disrespects each other in a relationship wasn't never going to work either. Because we were pretty much like pages or knights in the reverse, which are people that have negativity within us trying to fucking build something out of it. And then I started thinking about the 3 little pigs. And the one that built his house with straw and sticks and bricks, and I was like, okay, I'm getting it. Like more and more I started getting it. It's not about judging anyone or trying to make them anything. It's about seeing what you're working with. These are your tools. These are the people involved. Like it's about putting those skills together and accepting them. And honestly, you'll probably end up being a leader who more than likely you can be an honest leader. Right now, you're going to have to stay where you work, it looks like. But one thing it does say you can do if you do have any children is hang out with them. Start praising them. It can maybe go a real long way. Maybe that is a message so that youth in your family don't put up with this kind of bitch ass shit. which means in the future, when you start to feel uncomfortable with the way someone's treating you, you do something about it then. Not just tuck it down, because it didn't get tucked down. There's a saying in treatment, they say drowning your problems only teaches them how to swim. And it does eventually erupt. And a lot of you guys maybe are struggling with high blood pressure right now, stress, anxieties, hair loss. You need to know that you are like a car with gas at the beginning of the day. Whatever you spend your time thinking about, your fuel goes to. So you need to increase your diet with your vegetables, your fruits, and your water. Some of you guys are struggling with hair loss just because you're stressed out. You're not drinking enough water. I always think of hair as blowing a head gasket because hair depends on water. It's like grass. So we've all had a yard with grass. And if you don't water the grass, it literally in 1 day in the sun, 2 days max, it's dead. Your hair's thinner than grass. So if you're a dude just thinking about blowing your head gasket, you have to change your oil, which means your hair cannot be dry. If it is dry, it will be brittle and it will break off, period. Some of you guys are all struggling with thinning hair because you're not drinking water. You need to be drinking 10 to 15 glasses of water. And you also need to know your hair, skin, and nails are the last thing to get any nutrients. So if you don't have whatever your minimal amount of nutrients is with that food pyramid triangle thing, your organs take whatever good food you eat. So if you're only eating shit for food, you can eat whatever you want. But do you eat fruits, vegetables, and water? Because that's what your body relies on for fuel. Some of you guys are just deprived of nutrients and you're stressed out. And you're also financially a little bit below the number that you would like. And it looks like some of you may even take a bigger cut. So change your plans. But if it helps, I have the same issues going, not necessarily in this area, but some of my favorite enemies are back again. And they like to take things to the legal route and just fuck around. I don't. So I have that kind of shit going on, and I'll go through my own shit with you, and that's what we're here to do. We all are going to get some kind of setback in this chapter, and that's what happens when you elevate. Elevation doesn't mean that shit gets easier. It means that we're going to get a harder project or more people to deal with. Because if you don't know how to do something, or if it annoys you and you can't get it done quickly, you need training. This is training. That's how I look at it now. You're a pre-emperor or empress, and it's not fun. Being an emperor or an empress or a king or a queen really means that you're a manager of some kind of operation. You're not a king or queen just because you have a crown. It means that you overlook people. So it's just like running a business, and you're going to get a million fucking complaints a day, and it's a fucking annoying. And that's what you can look forward to. You need to be more assertive, whoever you are in the future. I feel like you've taken some shit that you don't want to take for a minute now from whoever is bothering you. Exactly. Get some good rest. You'll make a better decision. Some of you need to take 3 days off. Me and more in the Reaver, so that's obviously love. You need to hang out with your friends or somebody that helps you have a good laugh. Remain flexible. You will get an opportunity based off of like your health improving. You need to set the example, order and structure, command respect and authority. I'm telling you, you're about to fucking boss up, but not until you speak your truth. And you need to trust that this all happened for you, not against you. So rest, change your diet, get your shit cleaned up, stand tall, be firm. The results can be anything. Ain't nobody on our fucking side, bro, until we get to the island. And we're going to pick a country where if they disobey us, we're going to make them walk to the end of the motherfucking diving board into the fucking alligator swamp. And they're going to be eaten, just like in Hook. Dude, facts. That's on them. Basically, I'd like to have a fuck piece land somewhere where if you come, you're welcome. You fuck the people over, you're going to get eaten by some kind of big fucking animal, a shark or an alligator. It's mandatory. So that's on them. Deceitful people do that shit. They think they can get away with it. We don't care. There's only 15% natural water resources left anyway. Fuck a bitch over. The zombie apocalypse may start at any time. They don't know how to kill a zombie. That's all I think. You're not losing shit. These motherfuckers are focused on some 3D reward right now. And like I said, they're not going to care about you until they need you again. Or they'll be watching you. But if this person actually thinks, which to me this read seems like they really think they came up. They won the lottery with whatever they fucked you over with. And I told you, we've been doing a lot of reads that have been saying that some of you guys were training somebody that they were actually having undercover going to take your spot. So if you out of nowhere started training somebody and you're not even into training, it was for both benefits. It was for you because you actually are probably going to become a boss and learn how to not fucking deal with these bitches. And it was also because this person was literally likes your work, but they wanted anybody who gets a new management system or anything has an idea of how they were envisioning their idea long before they got there. So for some, they may not even realize that by law, they can't just fire some of you. It depends at some places. We're in at will state, so you can, but also people can come back and sue. And so if you found, or if you get paid more, anybody who is younger than you is going to take a smaller pay. I mean, there's tons of things. And I'll tell you, I work with human resources and all the corporations. And they are all focused on the money lost during COVID. They don't care. That's all they sit there and talk about is how much money was lost during COVID. And so basically the bottom line there is that your needs don't matter to anyone focused on quantity over quality. If you're being rushed wherever you work to hit a number or meet a standard, that's quantity over quality. I never make my team rush. I say that through repetition, they get obviously quantity. Dude, the repetition and knowing that they can have a system and basically be like robots will be their fastest way of going about doing that. I would never push my team to hit a number like that. And my locations won't hit the most highest in funds, but we'll get the highest in tips. And we also get the highest client return numbers too, because they know that they can come to our locations and actually get a good service. So yes, there's differences in those things. And I'll tell you, every one of them will threaten anybody if you're not hitting a number. So yes, it looks like they're about to, and also I was actually envisioning this earlier too. I remember being in an office one time and this lady had awards all over. And it was actually, she had been celebrated for finding people that had frauded. So any errors that were made, maybe you got bigger paid, you should have, there's somebody in the office that does that. They go back through and made sure, even if there's two Amandas, maybe one Amanda got the 100 and you shouldn't have. Oh, I've seen it. They'll start seeing their paycheck get deducted. And when they call HR or whatever, they'll just tell them straight, well, that's because we didn't mean to pay you this or whatever. And it'll actually make sense. But to them, that just breaks your heart. Bitch, you don't have enough money to not fucking literally take from a family who makes barely over minimum wage because you made a mistake. Nobody wants that off their check, bro. I'm sure somebody's looking at their check and seeing some money, like Gonzo, in your stubs or something. Yeah, they're coming up with some weird taxes or something wherever you work. Your person's very corporate-y, whoever you're dealing with. They're liars. It's going to be about who the fuck's going to serve them up the best during the chapter. Maybe you don't have that many options at jobs either, or where you live. I think a big message here is you saw this coming a minute ago. Because they already knew. They saw you as a liar. You've been side-eyeing this motherfucker, seeing some weird shit the whole time. It happens. It happened to me when I bought this property. The bitch walked me out all the way out in that land over there. And we talked about building a treehouse there with our realtor. And right before I bought it, I'm over here just checking it out, sitting on the deck, and these somebody's literally marking the property line. There's stakes in there. And it's obvious what's happening here. They're making sure, bitch, I don't fucking buy their land. And I tell her too, man, and I know what I'm seeing. And I'm like, hey, it looks like they're like staking the land out, and we're basically losing this whole lot over here. She's like, oh no, nope. And she honestly didn't know. She measured that as a whole lot. No, it's this one and the one below, not this one and the one behind. Anyways, yeah, we actually bought that man's backyard thinking. I looked up the parcel numbers. No, that man came out and basically said, this is my land. And so it was like one of those moments where it's like you see it coming. Don't ever go against your own gut feeling. Don't listen to these fuckers just because they're the ones doing the job. And then she figured it out. But I had picked my battles that month. It was a hard month. My boss hung himself. I bought a house. Zeke cheated 5 days after we came home, and I lost half my land. Wonderful. So I was just like, fuck it. I try to find a pro in every con. I was like, I don't have to weed eat there, you know? Sometimes you're too weak. And you imagine yourself going up against these people. And it's hard to wrap your mind around doing that all the time. Why do we have to do that as adults? Well, I don't think it's not gonna change. Everybody's just trying to come up on somebody. And that's true. So just remain flexible, improve your health. I would say declutter your shit. Because if you're single and we can get enough money, man, maybe we can go to get a piece of land somewhere where water is and trees are. And we won't have to be around dirty people. And we won't have to rely on them paying us like shit. And us fucking getting carpal tunnel and arthritis to literally fucking not spend any time with our families. None of us had money to take our family to Disneyland and shit. The kids are grown now. That's not fair to them. It shouldn't be like that. Nobody should be like that. We can't fucking afford to take our families on flights everywhere. We'll make it ourselves. And they can do the work like shit. And I'll fuck each other over, dude, real quick. We'll be self-sufficient. That's what we're going to do. Most of us are farmers. We're all business people. I'm smart. We collect people in our group. We'll have every fucking buddy getting everything for free like fucking the old days where we trade and we just have a system. Nobody should be paying anybody money to be doing this stupid shit. We're all fucking capable of helping anybody out. It's all gotten to a number place, and it's really restricting everybody. And I've noticed that a long time ago. And I noticed, man, we're breaking down our bodies, and we ain't having no time with our family. And when I started to learn about energy and how the 3 to 5 people we surround ourselves with, is who we become like, that's work. We don't want to be like that, or it's fucking home. So if your environment, you're not getting along with people, you're sitting there fucking absorbing that energy, and that's who you become. In 60 days, nah, I don't like you. Get the fuck away from me, bitch. Now, I don't let people now in my home. You'll break free of becoming dependent on anyone. I would say whatever your skill is, literally all you have to do is start uploading it onto YouTube. When you get hit 1,000 subscribers, you start getting paid. As long as you don't curse, which I do all the time, you can also start getting ads in your videos, and they'll pay you for commercials. So that's why I went to entertainment. And I didn't choose this. I was been a hairstylist for 14 years and a teacher as well. Started noticing the less applicants I do hiring. And so where are the applicants? On YouTube. All these little kids, and they're rich and they're on yachts. And so that's what they do. They are bloggers. So think, listen, stop being like if you, and it made sense. So it took me about 2 years before and then I started my OnlyFans. That was very quick going. So, but the point of any of your channels is to manifest a soul tribe. And those are just people that are like-minded. You will get some haters, but I imagine you'll probably care more if it's not who you really are. If you're trying to be something, then that's not being authentic. So you just need to be whatever brings you joy, do that. People are gonna say what they're gonna say. And so I just instantly blocked that person from the channel. We're not here to debate, nor do I don't personally go and search up, or I see tons of shit online. It don't bother me. So that's just you finding inner peace and contentment. You just understand that that's where that person's at in their life. You don't need to research it. Those people aren't coming with us. We're not a fucking straight fucking counseling group. We're the Villain Bloods. We're here to really just fucking have a soul tribe of people that know that we're just kind of us. Meaning, it's a group that we know everybody in this group has some kind of weird fetish or fantasy. And we don't need to ask anybody about it. You're not going to get a weird eyebrow about it. Obviously, we're going to look out for each other. And at the point when we see that somebody's out of control or it becomes unhealthy, then we guide them to somebody else. We're not counselors in this group like that. We just want to just help everybody find their true self and be comfortable doing that. There's not a lot of people that honestly, I feel like, understand us. And so it's not about them understanding it anymore. It's really just letting you know a different way you can get over caring about what they fucking think. So just be your goofy self. Who fucking cares? They're going to tell you you can't do this, you can't do that. Why? I'm a why person. Because why? Well, you're not supposed to. Who says you're not fucking supposed to? It's funny watching their eyes. Think about it. Which gives you another advantage. Watch their face expression. You're not really listening. You're listening to the answer. No answer matters. Because their lesson is actually to fucking stop judging people and to fucking find their own path. You're watching their eyes a lot of the time because they get stumped, but they may make an expression that leads you back to see them in a certain age. If you ever really care why you're asking anybody shit, it's mostly for the reaction. They're going to behave a certain age, which will just tell you how old they were when they stopped growing mentally. And this is the age that usually they started to throw this kind of fit. And so that just tells you how many years behind they are. Again, counseling in relationships or trying to change these kind of people is pointless. You have to, again, lead by example. You're the order. You're the structure. It says that you will command respect and authority now. And you must do it through setting the example. And it says remain flexible, which means you'll have a different opportunity. Do not be vengeful. You will now think of yourself as not only just the emperor, but a CEO. Every time somebody pisses you off, you could get sued now in your mind. You don't have to be anything they tell you to be. But do know that if you want to elevate in this way, if you got CEO fucking expectations. Lost signal. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Lose our signal. You're very marvelous. Yep, inspect your house, your electrical, your plumbing. You're daydreaming about things. So focus your thoughts on positive shit. Because that you're in the middle ground. You're actually manifesting right now. You know this is donezo. And you're not sure exactly where you're gonna go. So just clean your house out. Make sure it's ready to go. Think of yourself as if you were gonna sell it. Anything that they're gonna look at, which is exactly those things. Electrical, plumbing, foundation, and roof. So all those four. Check it out. Make sure it's all good. That's what an inspector is gonna look for. I love you guys. Are you leaving? You need a fucking haircut, dude. Are you leaving? Okay, I love you. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, I didn't know you moved the car. I'll be back in a minute. Love you. My son and his girlfriend are here. I like it when the kids show up to visit. It makes me happy. Yeah, we're all in middle right now. We can do anything. So this is a good thing. We have a lot of talent in this group. Soon, we're not going to need to deal with these people. Trust me. We're going to take all of our skills and we're going to put things together, and it just works because with entertainment, I'm telling you, you guys need to think about this. It's lifelong. It's, you know, anybody who watches UFC, they pay for big ass tickets to see that shit. All sports games, big money, bro. People are paying for entertainment. So even like once your shit's up and you start getting your algorithm going, like literally last night on the blog, 1 million views just on one live. That's crazy. Thanks for your support. We get that shit going. There's slots on the channel where you add people's names. And so if anything happens to you, they take over that. And then they take over that. It's lifelong. After anything, you can either choose to shut your channel down or you can have your people keep getting paid for your shit. So it's the smart thing to do. You don't need to be working 9 to 5 anymore. You're going to break your body down and you're going to make more. And how you do it is you just be authentic. You'll just find peace. And I know you're smarter than that. Who cares what people think? Literally, anybody who thinks anything about another person would have to say that in front of God the same way they said it to you. They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna talk shit, and I love you too. You guys are amazing. Who fucking cares what they have to say? This is a year where you really, like my dad would say, pick your fucking battles. Because these motherfuckers are always trying to fight. And we're gonna fight back. And that's what they want. Us to look once again unstable, like we did something to not deserve this opportunity, to put ourselves in this situation. No, bro, you fucking had planned to fuck me over this whole time, and you fucking lied to me, and they fucking do. Every time you were being talked to, like I mentioned, you're looking back on that now and seeing how information was being pulled or gathered, or that you were being used for this or that, and it meant nothing. Somebody went MIA and lost signal, they say. Oh, they didn't have signal. Maybe their phone died. No, that's a lie. They were cheating or something. They were definitely with somebody they shouldn't have been. Says you're doing the right thing and don't let yourself be deceived by empty promises. And don't take any instant gratification. So fight your temptation to do anything extra for this person. If you even have to be around them, you can keep your eyes near the floor. When I am feeling uncomfortable at work, I'll carry a clipboard and just some papers on it, and I just pretend that I'm actually focused on my work. I'll also wear a hat so they can't look me in the eye. And I will just pretty much, you got to watch your face. They're always watching you too. If you look in any way upset, they'll use that against you. They are trying to break you, whoever you are. And it's because they have had a master plan behind your back the whole time. And I don't care who this is. But this is all a plan. This person does not feel no remorse for anything that they've done. This person is honestly not even finished with what they're doing. They still seem like they're at like a 7 out of a 10 on their plan. And like I said, it's going to hit them later. You may just get out of this situation, whether they push you out or you just can't even stand being around them anymore. Their energy makes you cringe, honestly. Whoever the fuck this is. It's going to be a prosperous year for you, though. You're going to have to take a leap of faith. Yeah, and look, you're going to tell them, I'm sorry, I've already given you too much. So you're going to go and do something, possibly get a different license of some sort, renew an old license. Some of you used to run a business or have something else, and this maybe inspired you to get back into that. Why does this bother you in the reverse? You're not interested in talking stupid shit. Leave me the fuck alone. Why does it bother me? Get the fuck out of my face. Get the fuck out of my face. That's what the kind of shit they want to ask. They do some stupid shit and then they gaslight, but they want to dick around like you're some fucking idiot. Also be aware that if you ever are pulled into a meeting, if there are 2 supervisors there instead of 1, that is actually a witness. And you're on your way out the door. You'll get a verbal warning, a written warning, and then you're fired. So do be aware of that. If you're ever talked to twice, and just always know, the first time something happens, it depends on how smart your professional is. A lot of leaders have no problem talking to you one-on-one. but the real serious leaders typically will bring in 2 at a time. It's never good. 2 on 1, not good. They know exactly how to talk. They follow a policy and a procedure. So it is just like at court. It doesn't matter. You can look it up in your state and say, is my state an at will? Can people fire you basically for no reason? There are states that are called at will. And so your employer does not need a reason if that worries you. They can do whatever they want. But for some of you, there is actually, it's not at will. And so look that up. That way you're ready. They're not going to expect you to know the policy and procedures. Those are available online yourself with anything. That's how I now navigate. All professionals have to follow a policy and a procedure. It's universal. It's like for the state. So that way, if anything they do wrong, they go back and just go through the steps and make sure they handled it. They're not allowed to say certain things. There's questions they can't ask you. There are tons of things they can't do. So make sure that you have your own back. You need to research that. The handbook tells you their rules. But if you go online and actually how will work best, whoever you're dealing with, one of the best ways to figure out how they're even going to come at you, or should, is you can go online and actually research, pretend like you're going to college to get certified in their degree, and say, I'm studying to do this, or I am a police officer. What are the policy and the procedures for this particular state and crime? So you'd narrow it down to your state, crime, and their policy and procedure, period. And go off of the policy and the procedure. It's not about what happened to anybody. It's not about opinions. You're going to be able to prepare yourself for every move that is coming at you. And also the ways that you should or should not involve yourself. And I'm telling you, sometimes you just don't know what to do. You might just be disgusted with this whole matter. So some of you are thinking, should you do anything on it or not? I don't know. I'm not much of a fighter like this. I can tell you the rules, but I don't hate people like that. So I personally try to avoid it. But many of us are the ones that work really hard for these people and find out it was for no reason. But that's okay. We're together now. And I'm single. And I've been single since 19. And you know what? It's a blessing because today we're actually healed. And when we come into relationships now, we're going to be a lot wiser and not dependent, not codependent. We're going to actually be able to come together and make good decisions. And like I said, we don't actually trip on people anymore because they're going to make that choice to fuck us over. And so we're going to have a good group here. We don't need money to make things great, but if we have to have it, it should be easy to do through entertainment. No matter what, obviously, we all buy houses. It'd be easy to buy a property and get builders and buy and make little hotels or big ones. That'd be the dopest thing to do. That way we could just have rooms like a hotel. Straight meet up and go on vacation, motherfucker. That's what I want. I don't care what these bitches want to do. All we need is space. So soon we'll get that. Right now, we don't have the time or the money because we're working on it. So you're right where you should be. Just keep slicing and dicing. They're not going to gain anything because they never truly love anyone. We're all just a come up, unfortunately. And you're having that awakening. Who gives a fuck? That's on them. Nobody in this group would do that to each other, and that's wonderful. And if they want to, well, then they'll just get a taste of what it would have been like to have better friends and lose it. And that has to be worse. And plus, we already know we're the ones that are the only true ones in the group. And so we might be the outcast. We might not fit into their stupid ass cliques, but they don't even like each other. And they gossip about each other, and they talk shit, and they try to come up on each other every day, and you listen to that, and that's not who you are. So you were never actually not part of anything that you needed to be. You keep being yourself. Some of you are going through a hard breakup right now, and maybe you miss your kids a lot. It says that you need to have some cocoa and marshmallows with them next time you see them. Some of you guys could be starting some mental health medications, or somebody around you could be. Um, and it's saying that you need to stop doing favors for a person, for all people. You need to do one favor if you have to per person per year. When I started that, I started to get this like wedding book, when they come in and sign their names. And I feel like you should just have that, and you should just let people know that's something you're starting, and just let them be aware. Well, I started this new one favor per year. Most of your people are going to be telling you to get better. And so every time you turn around and tell them that you came up with a strategy, they might even try to fucking go around that. And whenever they need something from you, apparently now you need to go against your rules. No, you can tell them you're doing one favor a year, and just let them know, even if don't warn them. It's funny because they could call and they always need some stupid ass shit. $10 a ride. And I tell people, I don't give rides. I'm not a ride giver, and I'm not going to change my fucking life around to do what the fuck you need. I'm usually the person, if anything, I'll send them money. And I don't even ask them to pay me back. Because I understand, why the fuck you gonna ask to borrow money? It's not like you're going to have more fucking later. So I don't really care about money. But I'm not into giving rides or letting anybody come over here or any of that fucking bullshit. So stick to whatever your favors are. And honestly, stop doing it. They don't fucking appreciate it anyway. Sometimes I do it too, but I just got fucked over. You get fucked over by chicks, I'm sure, every fucking time you do shit. Yeah, king and queen. Learn the lesson. I don't like that. We were talking about queen or king last night. If you guys were actually a king or a queen, how you need to picture them fucking you over and everybody talking about how your partner just fucked you over. What would the actual village look like in a movie? They'd be all whispering and shit, everybody. Could you imagine being a king or a queen? That'd be so embarrassing. I feel like that's the energy that you have here. You definitely did not realize that you were going to come runner-up, and this was on purpose to something. Somebody had plans to cut you short on something. You're pissed. You might avenge this situation because you started off with, for the moment you went in reverse. You're not going to be accepting being turned down. Well, if you're going to come at them, then again, follow the policy and the procedure. You can't lose. Get good rest and improve your diet. Have clear thinking. You're going up against and would be one of the first people that would honestly maybe make a wave like this. Or you could also research, has anyone prior had problems with this company for this reason or person? Patterns are a big deal. Patterns are what gets your way right through the door. So look and see. It's all public. Anyone who is in a profession or even online, you can download Truth Finder. It'll give you a full background check of anybody for like $20 a month. And it'll tell you where they work. And if you go on to, because actually it was on here, the DOR, it should, anybody who gets a fine or in trouble for anything, I believe they post it on that website. So all you have to do is actually research their name and see if they have a business license. And if you actually go into your company, in their lobby, there will be a framed business license with a number. Take a picture. You're going to go right onto the DOR or the DOL, and you input that number, and it's going to show you everything that should come up in their history right there. You can see what's active, what's not active. If you really want to be a dick, you can actually research what that particular business is required to have done maintenance-wise. Take a look around. You're now an OSHA worker. You're just, it's all right there. That's what they don't realize. The only reason they've ever been above us is because we ain't done anything yet. So that's on you. You're smart. You can do it if you want. I don't know. It's up to you. You seem like a fighter, which fine. It's nothing wrong. Some of us go into flight and some of us go to fight, and then some of us were trained to do what's right. So it's all up to you. But if you're going to fight, never let your emotions overpower your intelligence. Anytime you go head to head with any other adult or period, follow a policy and procedure and you can't lose. If you get emotional, you will lose. Okay? Love you. Good luck.